Hi everyone, my name's Daniel Rusby. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for the collective consciousness. I hope you're having a good day today, and it's Sunday and it's the holiest of the holy days. It's a special day on a Sunday because we're supposed to rest. It's a day when we should take time for our families. These are my new cards, Beyond Lemuria. Beautiful cards. So today's question we're going to do is how can we bring God's light into our lives? That's the question. How can we bring God's light into our lives? We knock on the cards, we reset them to the vibration for the collective consciousness. True, honest answers for the highest good of all. Please, Archangel Michael, protect us during this reading and bring true, honest answers. How can we bring God's light into our lives? God's light into our lives. We just keep thinking the question. We get these cards moving. I just like to let them fall into each other. When one card starts to present itself to me like that, you can see it's like coming out. So that one goes in. Keep these cards moving. That card stayed in my hand. Too many came out. One's up, but we just keep moving them. There we go. 3. So, in response to how can we bring God's light into our lives, the past of the question, we got gracious receptivity. Gratitude, being thankful, receptivity, giving without exception. How worthiness and self-love can attract your capacity to receive and to give without depletion. Overflow over obligation. Thriving over surviving. Gifting economies. If there was a manual for optimal human experience, one of the most potent points would be gratitude. It is the backbone of all spiritual practice. Writing a list of the things you are grateful for has been scientifically proven to have a profound positive effect on the mind and the nervous system. When we shift our perspective from what we are lacking, needing and desiring, we temporarily replace the survival factor with the resonance for thriving. When we acknowledge the miracle of our existence and how far we have come despite the challenges, it can back our inner smile. Gratitude can even live an attitude of, I've got this. One of the best tricks of bringing something into your life is to be already thankful for it, as if it has already arrived. This sets up a frequency of fullness and plenty, rather than emptiness and need. As we have mentioned before, likes attract likes, but there is a whole other power at play here, as true gratitude is anchored in the heart. Being moved by the sheer awe of the appreciation and thankfulness is hugely pivotal to the way others and our environment responds to us. The next step is to give from our hearts without being asked or invited. When we emanate a field of new earth consciousness, giving can free us from expectation. Just by knowing that we can all thrive together when everything flows as a system of gifting. Burning Man Festival is a blueprint of this. Yes, others may take advantage, but if you drop the fear of this outcome, it's quite likely that those of this frequency will also fall away. Holding up a beacon of light that way creates incentive and inspiration to those around you. As their cup fills, it unlocks space within them for resources in other areas. Thus, this giving overflow has a dynamo effect from person to person. Receptivity is a critical factor in the art of giving. Those who struggle to feel they have the resources to give may also have trouble receiving. Some do not feel worthy enough to receive, even for themselves. As mentioned, heart energy is key to gratitude and receptivity. Here it brings us to self-love and how important it is for feeling full enough, so that our overflow doesn't deplete. When you allow yourself to receive from those in their hearts joyous overflow and give from a place beyond expectation or obligation, a whole new paradigm reveals itself. You will discover a new way of thriving. Giving and receptivity is a two-way flow. Each allows space for the other. When we are in our hearts, we have limitless resources, and that starts with gratitude. Could gifting economies be a seed for a more joyful new paradigm of making the world go around? The divinationary meaning is, consider your relationship with gratitude, how comfortable you feel receiving, and what you love to give. As there are themes that allow the joyous overflow of giving without limitation. How can you add this to the lives of others more often, away from the fear that you will just get used or just give up without guaranteed receptivity? Are there areas where you are overextending yourself? Can you give more from areas where you are stronger and have more skill and capacity? Right now you feel you have little to give. If so, allow yourself to receive more. The gift of the sun on your face is on a winter's day, or a compliment from a stranger. Allow yourself to drink every drop. After all, it's up to you how deeply you wish to drink of the gift that is shared. Often we take a little sip when there is so much more we could appreciate. Little sip even when there is so much we could appreciate. And yet it is beautiful when you give to someone and they light up and receive it fully. Gratitude, self-love and self-worth are interwoven with the capacity to receive. Together they nourish your soul. Step into your heart space by listing all you are grateful for, and notice how full you start to feel. From this place, your gifting capacity can spiral upward. That is big words. And then the present of the question is awakened awareness. Awakened awareness. Beyond the veil, clearing distortion and illusion, awareness of what's running up subconsciously, communing with our God force, energetic sovereignty, growth outside your comfort zone, the collective awakening. Physical reality is the tip of the iceberg. The tapestry we could see at the surface level is just a fraction of what's going on beyond. Awakened awareness can take place when we start to look between the lines at reoccurring themes, aspects and symbols that gain our intuitive attention. These are the keys to a hidden overarching plane and a greater weaving. This oracle speaks to the deeper nature behind all that we know with our eyes and minds, also known as the matrix or the veil. Once discovered, it is so easy to get lost in it. We are conditioned to be disorientated in our physical reality, so that anything outside of it becomes unfathomable. Thus, we seek a framework that parallels the nature of the laws of this limiting place. And yet, there is a lot more going on, and our awakened awareness would like us to stretch our consciousness to grasp it. This awareness activates our intuitive systems, helps us navigate what is true, and supports us in becoming more sovereign and empowered. We can become more ensnared in the matrix when we are lost in what's running us internally. Running away and or distracting ourselves may often offer short-term relief or band-aid or subtle but deep suffering. Society is coated with a layer of comfortity. The idea is that just the way things are done. The idea is that's just the way things are done. Roadblocks questions when things may be out of alignment. But as we step free and awaken, we gain a more holistic approach to consciousness and come to know ourselves more deeply. We can then take things into our own hands and make changes in the world, thus regaining energy, choice and abundance that is rightfully ours. As we wiggle into revelations of freedom, we can't help but awaken those around us. A single glimpse of this limitless, eternal, and your life will never be the same again. When we directly experience the transistent yet profound moment of existence, we can allow the constructs we have spent our lives believing to drop away. Our knowledge of the eternal it doesn't leave us, although we may forget it. As we return to our humanness, we may use reasoning to write it off, or we may create whole religions around it in an effort to grasp and recreate it. Look into the eyes of God raises our consciousness so we can fathom the unfathomable. The expanse experience can never be boxed into words or intellect, but artists, poets and musicians may be able to share in a small way the essence that helps us remember ourselves back in our true state. The portals into this experience are vast in number and form. For me, awakened awareness has come through deep meditation, ecstatic dance and journeying through my drama. In essence, connecting with with this element is about raising our vibration, getting out of our heads and allowing our spirit to lead the way. When we walk behind the veil, we discover our true path. Our reason for being here is revealed in symbolic jigsaw puzzle pieces and synchronicities. The mysteries unweave and the paradoxes speak to different parts of us. Our affirmations are potent, our prayers are heard, and the medicine of life lessons, however strong and uncomfortable, is full of power and growth. This is one of the elemental cards because without movement to movement, awakened awareness, magic, healing and affirmation cannot be deep or real or a real way enough to actualize. This is not just imagining God, but seeing, knowing and communing with the divine spark inside each of us. The divinatory meaning is, this card is a reminder to wake up. There are many levels and stages of awakening. There is no on-off switch. Keep learning and putting yourself into situations where you can grow. Sometimes we go back to sleep, so stay aligned with our inner guidance and find ways to remember to wake up. Do you love to keep your vibe high? This is not about instant pleasure, but the joy is substantial and sustainable. Eat healthily, keep your body active and have life goals, but with enough space to hear the answers to your prayers. When our energy systems become blocked or need a cleanse, we can become drowsy to our vital nature. Energy clearing can help you recenter. Shadow work may be needed if certain things are running your mind in a disempowering and distorting way. Find your unique way to connect to the divine inside you, not as an internal seeking, but receptive allowing. Be inspired to see the question at hand with a different perspective. Look between the lines for deeper introspection. See, these cards are good. I love that answer. And now, the future of our question is new blueprints. Be the change. Take action. Take a step no matter how small. Ignite an upward spiral. Make a positive change. Ethics and compassion, creating a ripple of light. Be the change you wish to see is an empowering mantra to remind us that we can step up and create the blueprints for the world we want to know. Powerful, meaningful change starts with you today. Despite our desire to see change, we can be overwhelmed by all of the things that are going on in the world, and making a positive impact can seem impossible. It's healthy to have an interest in what is happening around us, but it is important not to become so disheartened that we can't find the inner light to ignite even the tiniest upward spiral of improvement. There is still so much natural beauty on this incredible blue planet, and there are organisations and solo game changers creating amazing transformations all the time. Shift your focus onto what is possible rather than what isn't. Stepping forward with action, however small, will benefit the vibration of the planet in some way. We have more of a voice than we realise. As consumers, we can direct our energy and make a difference through ethical choices. By stepping out of our own needs and wants, we can become someone less privileged. We can pick up trash, be present with someone, or smile at those who share a path with us. Small acts that can ripple Small acts create a ripple of goodness in the world. Consider how all beings can co-inhabit this glorious planet. Could you design a blueprint for ethical, compassionate, heart-centered living? What would the guardians of this earth need to be? How would they feel about themselves? What can you do to uphold this? The divinatory meaning. This card inspires action, no matter how small, that will create a ripple of light into this world. You are a part of the bigger picture, a greater story, and your actions, your choices, your presence are making a difference. You have more power than you realise. Focus on what you can do and do it well. Change takes time, so make plans and start right now. The Beyond Lemuria cards, sent with love, light and healing to you all for the collective consciousness. Hope you're all staying safe and keeping well, and we're all coming back to normal. God bless, happy Sunday, and I'll see you again tomorrow.